Okay, this video I'm making today is about how I'm using the TLR mounts on a HB Racing D817T truggy. Okay, what I did, the top two holes are the stock mounting holes for the HB mounts. The bottom hole is what I added to use the TLR mount. So the way to do that correctly is you measure the distance between the outer edge of each hole, come up with 12.65 millimeters. You have a 3 millimeter screw. I'm sorry, it's a 3 millimeter screw, but it's a little smaller than 3 millimeters, so you drill a 3 millimeter hole. So what you do is you take 12.65 minus 1.5, half of the screw, and measure from the top of this bottom hole 11.15 millimeters and mark your hole on the bottom. Drill it 3 millimeters. That will give you the 12.65 millimeters, and then you can use the bottom mount from HB and the new hole to mount the TLR front mounts. Okay, so now you have your TLR mounts on the stock D87T shock tower. They have a new shock tower coming out to use the stock mounts with the new Jconcepts body, but I really don't see any sense in using that, especially since it's not available right now. I mounted these. Now these TLR mounts are stronger, so that's another plus for it. Also, the rear mounts are stronger in my opinion, so the rear mounts will bolt up in the stock location, no problem. So that's what I've done. Okay, now as far as the body, I've used a Jconcepts Silencer associated body. It fit pretty good, but also used the TLR body. Yeah, I think it fits best. Now this is the new Jconcepts Silencer for the HB with the new V2 shock tower that I don't have. So I was going to mount this one on there. I thought this might be the best. Here's where the difference is. This area here where the mounts go on the hood is recessed down. If I had to guess, somewhere around 1/4 inch. The TLR is not recessed as far, it's almost flat. So what happens is the front of the body sits up a little higher. So this works. The front of the body sits a little higher and I like it. So I prefer the TLR body. But I'm going to use this one. So what I've done, I've gone ahead and put some holes in it. The front holes are, I drilled 5 millimeter forward of the stock indention where the holes should be, and the back is 12.5 millimeters rear of the mounts, the indention where the mount's supposed to be. So goes on there, fits fine. I don't know if you can tell, but the body line cutout is a little high in the front. Not quite in the back. It's not near as bad. And this was the same thing I ran across with the AE body. It's a little high. So what I'm going to do is just cut that line a little low and trim it to fit the bottom of the mud guards. Same thing for the front. I'll probably trim it a little low, somewhere around 1/4 inch, just to get it so it doesn't have as much air scooping under there. I think it'll look fine now. Like I said before, from that I like the TLR body better with using this method, and the Jconcepts Silencer TLR body, that is. And I will be probably using that from here on out, because I didn't know what this was going to be like. The only way I'd know was to get one and try it. I'm going to use this. I'm going to run it till it's tore up and have to have another one. And my next one will be a TLR, a Jconcepts Silencer body made for a TLR. You can do the same thing as far as mounting it. The mounting may be a little different. You just put it on there clear and mark your mount holes. It'll be fine. Now the engine hole is pretty close. it's not far off at all. So I would trim using the stock hole and then trim to fit the engine a little better. Now the fuel filler hole in the top is forward just a little bit. I'll probably move it a little back. I use a TLR gun, so I'll probably make it a little bigger anyway. But overall, I think it'll work fine. But you just want to be careful how you trim the bottom. You don't, if you trim it on the lines, the marked lines from Jconcepts, it's going to sit a little high in the front. So I ran the first one I did was a Associated, the one made for the Associated, and it was high just like this, almost identical. And I ran it. I cut it on the body lines before I paid attention, and it looked fine. Worked just fine. Now this one I will trim a little lower, just for looks and a little less air get trapped under there in the front. So anyway, that's what I do. Now the rears, I do run the TLR mounts in the rear simply because I think they're stronger. I went to a big event with this huge jump and broke like 3 HB mounts in the rear, and I didn't have enough. Wound up, I had these TLRs laying around, so I just bolted them up and they worked fine. Now also, you want to oval your hole out. Don't make it just round like I've got these now. Before I've run it, I will oval out, give the room, because the chassis is going to flex. You don't want it ripping your body apart. So, and that's it. Thank you.